All right, we're back. Hit the wrong. So if you're here, chat up where you're from. Ask any questions, whatever you want. I'm just gonna be sitting out here in the garage hanging out. Turn on my little garage light here. Oh, it's not plugged in. Let me plug that in real quick. There we go.
Monthly fee of Starlink's roaming, 50 gigabytes. I did, someone, Shannon actually, and a few other people sent me their message from the roaming thing. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me bring this up, guys. Let me bring this up. Here we go. You see that? I think it should come through. You see this? Thank you for being a Starlink customer. We are making changes to your service plan and price in order to deliver an improved Starlink experience, effective immediately, if not sooner, guys. If not sooner, you will have access to the following features with Starlink Roam. You got in motion use. You have international travel. That means you can take the shit anywhere. And then you have coastal coverage, like probably just off the coast, right? That's pretty cool. Also, it says to support these enhancements and our ongoing network improvements, your monthly service price. This is where the catch always is. Your monthly service price for Starlink Roam will be $165. The updated monthly price and new terms of service, or TOS, will go into effect starting October 10th. So let's say a month from now, or close to, a little bit less. Thank you for being a Starlink Roam customer and supporting our efforts in delivering high speed, low latency, and of course, across the entire
Better not
globe.
jack my
So
shit up.
Starlink team writes this. So a lot of people were paying that $150. The price is going up to $165, but what they're getting is like, they're getting, I guess you would say, global coverage, because it says internet. Not look, this just came out, I think it's yesterday or today. So I haven't dug into this. You're getting the information raw. So in motion, instead of you just moving the damn thing from campground to campground, you'll now be able to stick it on the top of your car and drive with the damn thing, and it's going to work, right? So you can use it in motion, number one. Number two, internationally, that means you can pack the thing into your luggage, bring it to any country that supports or that allows, not Brazil, that allows any type of Starlink coverage, and you will be able to use your $165 coverage that you would normally use here in the US, anywhere on the planet, basically. Really cool. And then, of course, the coastal coverage, I think, is great also. That makes a lot of sense. So I just feels, now I don't know, once again, I didn't research this. It feels like they're kind of distilling shit down, right? Trying to tighten it up, because, you know, they've been trying to figure out what the actual price should be for Starlink for a long time. I've always said that the equipment is way too expensive. The service, I get it, but the equipment is way too expensive. And we saw it go from $5.99 to $4.99. Some people are getting it for $3 and $2.99, and then a couple of people are out there at $1.99. So they're really dropping the price. Agreed. And now that you have the mini is awesome. So now you can actually have a dish that you can take with you. It has a barrel connector to it. You don't need to use anymore your brick, let's call it, your inverter. You can plug directly DC to DC into the damn thing. That is awesome. I said that. I requested it. Not that they listen to me. They didn't even know that I'm alive, even though I've done 345 Starlink videos, I think, in the last 45 months, but that's okay. You know, being able to go directly DC to DC is what I said they needed to do from the very beginning, because you lose a lot of power when you go use an inverter, right? Use an inverter about 10, 15, depends on how good you get. A sine wave, get a good one, maybe it's a little less. But usually you're going to lose power for using an inverter. So now you don't. You just plug it damn right into your battery, right into your solar generator, and you're good to go. So very cool. I'm liking that a lot. Liking it a lot. Let me see here. We have, let me just move. Understanding is you can actually do this thing on the polar caps now, which is sick. That means they actually have some birds that are flying over the polar cap. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Scott from South Carolina, thank you for the super chat. Really do appreciate that. Congratulations on your independence from the pirate of Silicon Valley. The pirate of Silicon Valley. The Microsoft, you know, so I've been around for a while, right? I remember installing Microsoft Windows on floppy disk way back in the day, okay? Before that, I was on an Apple IIe, Apple II Plus. Before that, a Sinclair, right? And some other older machines. But anyways, I've seen Windows, how it's grown since the very beginning, and how it's got more and more bloated into a big piece of shit that it is today, right? And the thing is back then, they really didn't spy on you very much, right? There wasn't a lot going on. You look at the code, it was I think it was like 8 floppy disks that are like 1.44 meg, whatever, small, right? Now it's like gigs, the damn thing. It's gigs, a big bloated piece of crap. And I've always said that Windows, the way it works is, if you think about 1,000 people writing code, and then 10 people sitting in a room that are being fed Doritos and Mountain Dew, their job is to now cobble together the 1,000 people's code into one cohesive OS. And that's why it's a big bloated piece of shit. And what one guy does breaks the other guy, and then the other guy, and these 10 guys are literally gray and they're all jacked up, right? That's what Windows is all about. Where Linux, in comparison, it's open source, everyone is working on it. It's not like that, right? It's absolutely, it's more, you can see what's going on behind the scenes. There isn't anything that's happening that you're not aware of, which is really good. Does that mean that it's absolutely unhackable? No, you can hack Linux systems all day long. The difference is people will know about it immediately, and there'll be fixes, hot fixes sent out immediately, where Windows is not. Anyways, Windows has always been a big piece of junk. And I do like the idea of calling him the pirate of Silicon Valley. I mean, a lot of the stuff, the way Billy the Kid used to work is if you guys didn't know this, if Microsoft was doing just absolute shitty for a quarter, if you look at their number of lawsuits that Microsoft would lead, you look at their exactly proportional or opposite to, okay? So if sales are up, lawsuits are down, right? Exact inverse. If sales are down, lawsuits are up. What does that mean? That's how they make their freaking money, right? That's how they make their money, guys. These people are crooked. They've always been crooked. Really, really crooked. Anyways, I had a software company for 13 years. Trust me, I know the underpinnings of what goes on. Let's just put it that way. Let me see. Let me see if there's any questions. I see a bunch of happy birthdays. I appreciate that, John. Thank you for the happy birthday. I can't believe it. I'm like old. What the hell happened? Where did the years go? Let me give a shout out to my son-in-law. I hope he had a good one. So, anyways, yeah, it was my birthday on the 6th, and I wasn't here because I was spending time with the family, which was really, really.
I'm just sitting here waiting, see if anybody pops in here. I have a couple of viewers. Feel free to say something, ask a question, ramble on. I don't care. Tell me where you're from. It was another warm day out here today. Wasn't as hot as yesterday. I don't think it was anyway. It didn't feel like it. I'm tired though.
Let me read. What do we got? Renee. Actually, you know what? If I read all these, it's going to take up way too much time. Anyways, if you received a free membership from Shannon just now, all right, please say thank you to him because 50 people just got free memberships, right? Just for you being here. That is really awesome. That's a nice birthday present there. Blue Dragon Project says, "Happy birthday, youngster." Thank you for that. Man, it and I can see it says it's kind of disconnecting and reconnecting and disconnecting and reconnecting. So if you see us doing this pause, just bear with it. Just bear with it. All right. Also, question here from John. He said, "Did you see the new SpaceX Crew Walk?" I did. Isn't that awesome? They literally, I mean, I'll probably do a video on it next week. But yeah, they launched like just some dude, a billionaire, into space, and he did a freaking walk. It's like,
Hopefully my internet don't go out.
really? Habit. Yeah, it's awesome. So I guess other people are experiencing these crazy pings too. Look, it is ripping outside. I'm getting 17 milliseconds, 19. Starlink, I got my Mr. Bevel. Mr. Bevel came after 9 months, nine or 10. I think it was 9 months that I was on a waiting list to be able to get the damn thing. All right, 9 months. So it's awesome. I absolutely love it. We started out with AT&T, the crap DSL, 15 megs down, and what is it, 1.5 megs up? Guys, let me show you this. Okay, let me show you this. Some people don't realize how good this is getting. All right, do you see this right here? Do you see this? Let me make this. I'm going to make this even longer. No, I'll leave. I'll leave it. I'll stick it right here. Okay. Do you see what's going on here? We're broadcasting 4K right now. Okay. Look at the pings. This is a current ping as of right now. Do you see? There's a 17.7.
I'm broadcasting on Starlink right now. It ain't nothing like what these guys get.
There's an 18.9 ping. This is nuts. The pings used to be, or the milliseconds, or the latency used to be like 35, 40, sometimes up to 60 milliseconds. Look at this. This is amazing. When I show people this, they're like, how are you getting such good pings? And my answer is, I don't freaking know. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I know. The reason why I'm getting these pings that are just absolutely exceptional, I've had a ping, I think it was 14.7 milliseconds. And that was like, I don't know, a couple of days ago, I was looking at it. I'm like, oh my God, I got to take a screenshot. I didn't do it quick enough. 14.7 milliseconds. Elon Musk said that he wants to be able to get the latency down to sub 20 milliseconds. Because he's a gamer, right? He plays Diablo 4 and he plays all this kind of shit. He doesn't want to die, right? Because the latency is so high. So he's like, hey, we need to get this thing. We need to get it tight, right? We need to get the latency down. And he promised that he was going to get sub 20 milliseconds within 2 years or something. And I said, this is not going to take 2 years because these version 2 minis that are up there are badass, right? And as there's more and more of these version 2 minis, you can see what ends up being the result. Now, the other thing that happened was that I have been using, and I don't know why, for the last year, year and a half, a POP or a point of presence that is up in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm in Palm Beach, Florida. So my POP was 700 miles away. Well, now, for some reason, they finally got half a freaking sense, and they have me connected to a POP where? In Miami. Miami is 70 miles away. So instead of 700, it's 70. Now, just so you guys know, if we lose connection, okay, it is.
That's probably my problem. My POP is.
I'm going to leave this ping.
It's like 400 or 500 miles away.
And then I'll go full screen with it for now. But just so you can watch those pings. So these pings are through. It is pouring. You guys hear it? Oh. Hopefully we don't go down. If we go down, just hang in there and we will reconnect. It says disconnected and now it's reconnected. Okay, so we're experiencing some downtime. Now I can hear the thunder. Hang in there with me. All right. While we're working through this rain and you're watching this ping go, let me read. What do we got? Renee. Actually, you know what? If I read all these, it's going to take up way too much time. Anyways, if you received a free membership from Shannon just now, all right, please say thank you to him. because 50 people just got free memberships, right? Just for you being here. That is really awesome. That's a nice birthday present there. Blue Dragon Project says, "Happy birthday, youngster." Thank you for that. Man, and I can see it says it's kind of disconnecting and reconnecting and disconnecting and reconnecting. So if you see us doing this pause, just bear with it. Just bear with it. All right. Also, question here from John. He said, "Did you see the new SpaceX crew walk?" I did. Isn't that awesome? They literally, I mean, I'll probably do a video on it next week. But yeah, they launched like just some dude, a billionaire, into space, and he did a freaking walk. It's like, really? Habit. Yeah, it's awesome. So I guess other people are experiencing these crazy pings too. Look, it is ripping outside. I'm getting 17 milliseconds, 19.
Well, I might have killed my stream. Hope not. Well, hopefully we're still up. Saying we are.
On that rain, a horrible piece, I guess you would say, on Brazil. And it's just because the government over there just completely have lost their mind. What do you think about what's going on over there with the Supreme Court and SpaceX and Elon, that whole thing? What do you think?
Every time he goes out, I keep thinking it's me going out. But I'm still
I
here.
want to know from you.
He's in a rainstorm and thunderstorm, so he's probably not having good luck with his Starlink right now.
Nice. We are back. Are we back? I don't know. It's spooling, it's spinning, but it's all right. I would say probably has about maybe a couple of minutes left, and then it'll start slowing down. I feel like SpaceX, Starlink works really well in the rain as long as it's like a light drizzle. But when it is just ripping and it's just a ton, it doesn't do well at all. You get a ton of rain fade, and I just there's nothing that you can do about it. There's only one thing that I've seen that actually works for the rain fade, and that is one of the large dish. And it's the corporate dish. It's $2,500. And it definitely does improve rain fade. It's
Yeah, he keeps going out. So how's everybody doing tonight? Chat in where you're from. If you're one of my kids or friends, say hi. Something. Yeah, he went down. His Starlink went down. Something I know all too often, all too well. Doesn't work that great in rain, but what satellite internet does. And he's got a downpour going on. You can hear it. His channel is J Christina. He's probably, if you have Starlink, he's probably your best guy to get information on. So what's everybody up to on their Friday night? As you can tell, I ain't doing nothing. Hanging out with you guys. Be much funner if people were chatting in here, but it is what it is. Not everybody chats. That'd be cool. It's not fun sitting here talking to yourself. But I appreciate being here nonetheless, you know. I think he might be coming back.
Basically, it is. Let's see. Let me see if I can pull it up on the phone. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see.
One of these days I might hit 500 subs and then I can start doing more live streams and stuff, and
Wow.
might actually get something for all my years of making videos.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It is definitely pretty bad. It looks like the whole area is just under just a ton of weather. Wow. Yeah. So it looks like it's the tropical disturbance or tropical storm is what they're saying. That's what we're getting. We're getting a band, I guess, from the rear. Let me bring this up real quick. All right, folks, let me see. Are we connected? It says you're buffering. How about now? Are we back? I can hear it slowly getting less. I hear it getting less. Yes, well, it looks like we're back. It looks like we're back. According to this, it says that we're back. Guys, in the chat, let me know. Yes, we're back. Awesome. Thank you for that. 83G, we are back. So there you go. SpaceX Starlink was not able to handle just a ripping storm. So when I looked at this, I looked on my phone and it's the back. It's like the remnants. You know what? Let me see if I can do this. Can I do that? No. No, that's all right. Anyways, there it is. Does it work? Will it? No. Let me see if I can actually bring it up on the computer. See if it shows. Maybe it will, hopefully. Yeah, so this is the remnants of this tropical depression that came over Florida, and we're getting like these bands that are coming through. That's what we just got hit with is a pretty strong band, which is really ripping, really crazy. So let me see if there is a radar, because I would like to see what this looks like. This is pretty bad, crazy. Francine, okay. Yeah, there's flooding, whatnot. Yeah. So let me just bring this up over here. All right. Maybe, maybe not. Could be. All right. There it is, guys. There it is. So that's what it looks like. It's like right here. It is right here. This is it. This is where we are. We're down here. This is where the X is, but we're down here right in the middle of Florida, and we're getting hit with like bands coming through is what's going on. We're getting hit with like these pretty strong bands. Thank you so much. Shannon just gave another 50 memberships. Oh my God. Look at this list of people. If you got a free membership from Shannon, please say thank you to him. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Shannon. Wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. I'm sorry the speed has been going in and out. My apologies, guys. If there's something I can do to fix it, I would. But since it's a new build, I don't have it already set up where we have T-Mobile and Starlink combined, bonded together. So if one goes down, the other one picks up the slack. That bonding I had set up on the other OS, not on this one. Someone asked me which OS am I using right now. Right now, I'm using Linux Mint. All right, Linux Mint. And if you want to know, some of you guys do. I tried Pop OS and I tried Zorin, all the same night. And I did a full install of Pop. I installed everything. I didn't like it. It felt kludgy. Pop OS was okay, but what ended up happening was it just was like if you would go into the shop to go and look for software, it would get slow or would freeze. I would have to go in and find the PID and actually kill the process and then reopen the shop. I never have to do that with any other OS. So the little kludge. That's not how I can. I'm not going to work like that. For me, I need an operating system that I don't even know that I'm using it. It just gets out the way and lets me work, right? So Pop OS was a no-go. Then I tried the Zorin, Linux Zorin, 17.1, I think it is, something like that. And I hated it. I mean, honest to God, I absolutely hated it. It felt like Windows 95 to me. Like it just felt like old school Windows. I don't like that. I just simply don't. If I'm trying to get away from Windows, don't make something look just like Windows, okay? I don't want it to be just like Windows. I want it to be like, I like GNOME or Genome, or I just call it GNOME. I like that even better than KDE. Some people like that. I just like GNOME. So I just want something not to be Windows. Anyways, so that's what's going on right now. We're using Linux Mint. Lake Christina will be available tomorrow. Yes, grab the ski. Yes, the jet skis. That's exactly what will happen. The backyard will literally be like 6 inches flooded. We're on 5 acres of land, and that's exactly what ends up happening. It just floods really quickly. Any kind of questions? Once again, thank Shannon for the super chat. I mean, thank Shannon for those memberships. He's given like I think 50, 100 memberships or something or more. Listen, say thank you to Shannon if you got a free membership. That is just really nice. Let's see. It's Mo World says, don't you just love the sound of rain in the background? I do, as long as it's not taking out Mr. Bevel out there, and then I can't talk to you guys. But yeah, I love the rain. I really do. George says, can you change your upload speed to 480 to help? Oh, yes. So yes, I can go down from the 4K to whatever, but what ends up happening is YouTube kind of does that anyways, because I'm sending 4K at like, let's say, I don't know, 8 megabytes, right? 8 megabits, whatever per second, whatever. So if I'm saying at 8 and that's enough, then it'll give you 4K. If it's not enough for everyone, then it'll drop it down to 1080p, or it'll drop it down to 720, or even drop it down, like you said, to 480 or 320 or even less. So yeah, it kind of does it automatically. It does a really good job with it. I don't really need to do it. I just feed it as much as I can, and then it gives you what it can. That's basically how their lives work. for the most part, when it's working properly. A lot of people said, you are back, you are back, you are back. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Once again, if you're new here, if you've never been here before, put a little emoji in the chat window just so that I know that you're here, right? If not, Shannon's going to call you out. Trust me. Your name's going to pop up here anyways, right? Just because you're lurking, Shannon will call you out. I've seen it happen. Let me see here. Let me see. Shannon said, if you receive the membership, or even if you didn't, give a like. I would really appreciate that. It'd be really nice if you guys could, like it says, please do so, or not subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. Really do appreciate that, Shannon. So yeah, I mean, if you enjoy any of my content, throw this video or any of the other videos a thumbs up. For some reason, it just really helps the algorithm. I thought, and you know what? Even thumbs downs help too. Some people don't understand this, but it doesn't matter if you give a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It actually helps the creator because there's interaction. And YouTube doesn't care as much about is the interaction positive or negative. It's just that there's interaction. That's why a lot of times I say, listen, put an emoji down there because then it just shows that there's people watching and they're interacting, and it just helps the channel out a lot. So you can do that for all creators that you really enjoy watching their videos. It really helps them, and it helps them, let's say, get seen, where a lot of times, a lot of people that are first starting out, they ask me, people ask me all the time, they're like, hey,
tired,
how do I
man.
get started with the YouTube thing? How do I get my first 1,000 subscribers? How do I get my first 10,000 subscribers, right? Like, how do I do it? And it's perseverance, and it's just constantly doing it over and over and over and getting better and better and better at your craft and delivering, right? And the thing is you're trying to deliver what people are looking for, but also you're trying to make sure that you really love and passionate about what you're talking about. If not, they're going to see through you, right? So if I was just like some talking head here and didn't give a shit about SpaceX Starlink, or didn't give a shit about the software Linux, or talking about any type of technology stuff or photography or whatever, you're going to see through it. You're like, yeah, this guy is just a shill, for this company or that company. I'm not going to watch it, right? Whereas if you have an idea that I'm really passionate about it, and I'm not just a guru just talking to you, and I want to build a community, it's going to help people come on board and hang out. Matter of fact, I just found out, I was looking on this, guys, today, because I was answering you guys' questions from yesterday's video. And I was looking, I'm like, what is going on here? We just hit 111,000 subscribers. And just like the other day, we were hanging this plaque, right, on the wall for 100,000. So in this short period of time, we got another.
Damn, man, I'm smoking like a dragon.
And a lot of it is because
Feel like Uncle Tony's garage.
Out there promoting it and putting the channel out there to like Facebook and Reddit, and
he did a live
out there, and it's really
video,
lot, right?
Well, he did a live stream,
and it does help a lot. Thank you
on Wednesday, and smoke detector kept beeping the whole damn time.
Some people don't know this, but
and then he did a video
I live
the
about
day after,
25 minutes away.
He was outside the garage, and you could still hear the damn smoke alarm in the shop beeping. It's like, come on, you change your damn battery.
There a lot before he ended up becoming president.
Talk about annoying.
I've been in this location for a long time, and I used to shoot
It was horrible.
Professional photography. So I used to shoot all the movers and shakers and all of the, let's say, the elites that would go to Mar-a-Lago for different events, all kinds of events. So, I've been there a lot. And now, of course, now after he became president, it's been very difficult getting in and out. That's security.
What can we do? Is there something we can do in here?
Not really walk in, but there's a couple of guards.
Oh man, we can stretch, that's for sure.
So anyways, but yeah, I'm 45 minutes away from that's where I'm in. Let's see.
Let's see if I can find anything. Got anything we can dink with? I don't see anything over here. It was a nice summer this year. Didn't even have to put the air conditioner in.
Because of the crazy rain. Once again, if you have a question, put a Q for your question or at Jake Lucina so I can answer it. Let's see. Chile. It's out there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Positive, let's see. So you said
I know what I'll do. I'll get all the bikes out and show you them.
very heavy running. You were down. I know. Let's see. Yes, it's that we need to eat. Eat. I love it. I absolutely love it. Ready to go. Right here. Yeah. It finally slowed down. It slowed down. So I don't mind it. We'll just keep it like that. Stay and pick this back up real quick. And you guys could maybe move it over to take a look at you guys' your chat. Your chat's going through. That's better. Let's see. Shannon, thank you for the super chat. Fire. Yeah, fire. Let's see a bunch of years. I like that. Let's see your inventions and other businesses. Let's see your inventions and other businesses. Thank you for that. People don't know it, but you know, I invented the focus journal, autofocus lifestyle. On Amazon. I also invented the Aurora a whole bunch of we just got more books in. I know a lot of you guys are waiting on me to sign a copy of my book, Digital Not, How to Create a Digital Backing Up Your Digital Life. This book, we finally got another back in, and we got rid of that for 500. So if you guys want them or anyone that orders them, those will be going out on Monday. They just arrived today. So all the new books are here. These are also copies. They'll be going out Monday. So, anyway, okay, I have a lot of, a lot of different tools, a lot of different stuff that I've invested in years. It's like all software stuff. I enjoy it. I really, really love it. Let's see. Tommy says YouTube algorithm is, but it is. Video quality, excuse me, video quality stuff. Yeah, X is the problem. Yeah, I'm looking on it. You want to make X into something great. It's just going to take things up, right? X is not what Twitter was. A lot of people are like, why do you call it X? Why do you just keep the name Twitter? Well, because things aren't tweets anymore. It's not like a couple hundred characters. It's just not, right? Now there's posts. Now there's full-length videos.
There's the bikes.
It's expanded. So X was the reason he called it X is because he knew that he wanted to make it into something more. Originally, X was supposed to be PayPal, right? So he owned
This one right here is a 1972 Yamaha LS2 100. It's a 100cc two-stroke street bike. Did a lot of work on this one, guys. Put new carbs on it. New old stock chain guard. That thing was like $100. It's got new shocks on it. New seat, and that was the hardest thing in the world to find. It took me years to find one that was decent because they're not very common bikes. What else we got here? I got a new rim and tire for the back that I got to put on it still. I did get new blinker plastics for it.
So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll sign with that.
A new brake light cover.
I have a Rumble account also.
New speedometer. It's got way too many miles on it though for the speedometer, because this thing only has like 1,000 miles on it. This bike. New headlight bulb, which was not easy to find. What else did we put on this? Mirrors, ignition switch. See if she's got any charge in her. Well, she's dead. I'm gonna have to charge that up. That's a cool little bike. I mean, it tops out at like 70 miles an hour, and it still does it. So she's a runner. Then we got this one. I believe this is I'll have to look. Let me grab a flashlight and we'll look. See what year it is. I think it's a 79 or 80.
With some of my thoughts, whereas on YouTube it's a little bit more restricted.
I think it's.
But it is what it is. It
Doesn't have it. Oh, it's right there. I gotta clean it off in there to see. Hold on a second, guys. See what year it is.
How you know that? Yes, absolutely. I'm probably get some virtual pics from her here and there, but I haven't seen her. She's been going by pretty quick, but I know that she's going to stop doing stuff.
I couldn't get my finger in there far enough.
Which email? This is the email that I showed earlier about raising price. If not, let me know which email. That's right.
Can almost see it.
One way to say
I don't know. Late 70s, early 80s. Suzuki JR50. I did buy a new carb for that to get that one running when I got it for my kids years and years ago. Doesn't need a new seat. And I got to relace the rear rim because it's missing half the spokes. I bet this thing probably start right up.
Yeah, so the thing is with the whole thing, actually works out really.
Take the choke off.
I never get rain at all.
I'll put the choke on and see. Still runs. And if you remember the channel, you probably know this bike. It's a 79 Honda XR70 or XR80. Did a whole restoration on this one. Only thing I'm missing is this side cover here. So I gotta get one of those. But she's a runner. She's a ripper. And then we got this one. I believe this is an 85 Honda Interceptor 500. This is going to be one of our projects coming up. Me and my son painted this a while ago. Getting a little dirty.
And they were talking about going up in their rates. It's like, yeah, it's like a last ditch effort.
Anyway, that's the bikes I got that run, that are ready to run. And the little pocket quad. This one's my son's, my youngest son's. It's a basket case. If he ever gives it to me, I might start working on that one, try to get this one going again. This is a Suzuki TS100 two-stroke dirt bike. She's a wreck, but it'd be a fun one to, I like a good challenge. So this would be a fun one to do because it's missing the whole wiring harness. It's missing a lot of stuff. All the stator stuff. Everything's missing. That's what I like. I like a challenge. And under there, I got, that's a secret project that's gonna be coming up one of these videos. It's I'll just give you a hint. It's a moto skeeter. It's a very uncommon mini bike. When I bought this, it had an 8-horse Kohler on it, electric start one with a battery. Somebody put a battery box on the back fender. I ripped all that off. I got big plans for that one. And there's my middle son's Yamaha Raz under there. That's pretty rough. Anyways, that's just the stuff I got laying around. And we got the boat motors. Old 1950s, early 60s, 3-horse. This one's a Johnson Seahorse. Pretty good shape. Runs good. And this one's an Evinrude 5-horse or 3-horse light twin. Pretty much the same motor, just different. They're the same company basically, but they're just the different models. Different models of the same thing, pretty much. And then I don't know what else. I do have the tire for that bike over there. Got the mannequin over there in the corner. Father-in-law dropped that off up here while sitting in his garage. So now she's in ours. Don't know how I feel about that one, but it is what it is, I guess. Got our George Boot sign. Even if you put in explicitly what happened and what it should pop up, the first result, it will come in like the 1000th result. So it's still there, but they bury it, just like the newspapers used to do, right? The front page was all of the bullshit propaganda that they want you to read. So if you like that kind of stuff, that's what I'm into, you know, not the mannequin, but fixing up motorcycles and 4-wheelers and crap. That's what Google does. They've been doing it forever, right? So this isn't rocket science. Some people know it, some people don't. But yes, great question about DuckDuckGo. Download DuckDuckGo, try it, use it, and then you let me know on the next JC Live what you think about it. I think it's freaking awesome. I absolutely love DuckDuckGo. I think it's an awesome alternative, an absolutely awesome alternative to using anything else. So chat in where you're from. Get a lot more privacy from it. And ask questions or anything. Let's just say that. Anything you want. Want me to show you around in the garage? I'll show it to you. This purchase the Starlink Mini. All my 4-wheelers and 3-wheelers are out under the lean-to. I don't know if my internet would hold up to take you guys out there. Plus it's dark. That's good. That reminds me to go and check. I put my referral code like in there. I'm like, I hope people use it, right? If they're buying Starlink anyways, use it, right? If you got some good information from me, use your referral code. I want to see how many months we can build up free. It would be funny. It would be really funny. Let's see. Here's a question that says, let's see. Let me see. Oh, that's a DirecTV. We got to that one already. X is going down, John says. X is going down. We'll see. I don't know. I have a feeling X isn't going to go anywhere, but we'll see. But yeah, this bike's my favorite one here. Just because of how uncommon they are. Should pop the cover off and get the battery charger on it because I hate buying batteries for these damn things. I believe there's a little bolt right there. We got to undo to get this cover off. Feels like a 10. Looks like I'm gonna have to clean them carbs again. I don't know. That is a great question, Jeffrey. Great question. I don't really need to quit putting gas in it. Let's see. Unless I'm gonna ride the damn thing, you know. Put a at Jay Christina. Either way, that helps. I love little puppy emojis. If you're new here, put an emoji in the chat so we know that you're I'm grabbing a socket here. Let's see. Moving down. All right. Questions. If the battery was charged, this thing would probably fire right up. It runs great. And this cover is not for this bike. I had to make it work for it because I could never find one. I've looked for years. But they're just such an uncommon bike that some of the parts are just impossible to find. Oop, there's the bolt. All right, I'm probably gonna pop the seat up. Now where's the? How the hell do you do that on this? I keep forgetting. It's not like something I do all the time. There it is.
For example, if you're trying to get airline, right? You're trying to get.
What the hell is it, Barry? Tucked up in there.
And you're gonna have this ticket. You need this ticket in, let's say, 2 weeks. And you start today looking.
Can I get to it from this side? I can get the positive. That's all I really need. I can ground it out for the other one.
Whatever.
All right, let me find the battery charger. Where the hell is that at?
I'm telling you guys, I promise you, I don't have it, I don't know about that, but I would probably bet that they are doing something like
Sorry if I broke your ears.
And I do that multiple times. The price slowly goes up.
Let's find a good ground here. Something metal. That should work. Possibly. We'll find out when we plug it in. So unplug the plasma cutter here. Hold on. Let me set you down for a second while I do that. Just unplugging it. Hold on. Untangling it from the batch of wires there. Oh, damn it. I just knotted it up. Hold on. All these damn empty jugs here. Need to throw those away. All right, where's the plug at?
For all new stuff, let me see. Here we go. This is for the. So.
Oh, she's dead. I didn't like that. We'll throw it on 2 amps and see if she'll come back to life, I guess. Oh, man. She's dead. Well, hopefully it comes back to life. If not, it'll probably kill my battery charger trying. I got it set to 2 amps. Let me go to 6 volts just to see if it'll do something with 6 volts instead of 12. Nope. She's a dead short. It's actually trying though.
Like I said, I have another one.
We'll let it keep spitting some in there on 6 volts, and then we'll try to get it over onto 12 volts in a little bit here.
You let me know. I'll leave it right now. But yeah, I love it. I got another one that I didn't open it. I just want to kind of like.
Oh, you guys are crooked. Hold on. There we go.
Something. I just think it's pretty cool. But yes, thank you. What's that? There's the fire up of the rocket. That was a massive rocket.
That's weird that battery had charge in it not even a month ago. I just started up and everything.
Let's see. Art
Makes me wonder if I'm shorting it out. Hold on a second.
Thank you so much, Art of the News. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. With that super chat is yeah.
Let me get a flashlight and look at that. I don't know if that's even. Maybe I did have it hooked up wrong.
On the amount of money.
Where's the flashlight at?
What is going on, Shannon? Are you Art of News now? Come on.
Oh, there's a flashlight.
10 free memberships, you guys. Here we go. Terry. Let me see. Shamya, Jeffrey, Ricky Joe. Who else we got here? Golden Shatter. Let's see. Alex.
I got an idea.
Arthur,
Here's what we'll do.
Jaguar, as well as
Just to make
Jordan,
sure,
and Forced Online.
we are going to pull this fuse out.
You guys have gotten free memberships.
And find out which one goes to the battery.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
I think it's this end.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. My God.
I'll just put the fuse right here for now.
Thank you. Let's see.
And we'll clip onto that and see if we get a better result there. Because I don't know, I might have been hooking it onto the negative. I can't really tell. Let's see if that does anything different. Yeah, that's working better, I think. Let's see if the light comes on now. Yeah, that must have been the negative. So we'll let that charge up for a while. She's dead as a doornail.
The way they set up the site, it's very like cartoonish. It's just cool. But yes, you can use Brave browser. It's going to be more secure. And then of course you can download it just like the other one, right? Just like DuckDuckGo. You see, you do Brave on Chrome, on Edge, on Firefox. You put it on Safari, so on and so forth, as well as on your phone. So, anyways, Brave browser. Go to brave.com, download it. I have no affiliation with them, but I want you guys to be secure. All right, I want you guys to be secure. All right. So let's get back into some of these. I love that. Google smell. Google does smell. Yes. 83G says Linux. So supports Firefox in the distro. Only to use a DuckDuckGo search in Firefox. Interesting. Okay. So that happens. You can also download Chrome. You can download any browser you want in Linux. There's so many different browsers, so you can definitely check out a bunch of them. How is your Linux Mint going?
Wonder if the XR80 will fire up. Let's give that a whirl.
Some people
I doubt it. I think it's out of gas, but we'll try it.
Which Linux distribution is your choice? Which one? My answer as of now, and that's after going through, like I said, 7. Fedora 40, Navarra 40, Mint 22, CachyOS, Pika OS, Pop OS, as well as Zorn.
No, there ain't no gas at all in this. I doubt if it'll start.
The one that works the best is
We'll give it a whirl. Yep, just ran out of gas.
If you guys don't know what it is, let me go ahead and let me go back over to here.
I've seen 3 of them run. That one will run. We just got to fix it. That'll be my next project. Oh, I gotta grab the damn stand.
This one right here, I'm using
bring this back up.
Cinnamon is what is the there's I think 4 different builds. Once you go to download, you can go and take a look. See, I don't want to go and start downloading now and mess up our connection. But yeah, go to linuxmint.com and they'll build.
There we go.
Kind of set you up.
We're back.
Download the ISO
over here.
You take that ISO and you put it onto a pen drive. Like
that one charges up a little bit. I'll let you guys hear what that 2-stroke 100cc twin sounds like. It's definitely different.
Instead of off the main drive. Unplug the main drive, your Windows or whatever you have. Unplug it. Okay, so you don't accidentally.
I'm gonna go check to see if it's actually taking a charge.
Unplug it. Unplug it. Then you're gonna boot off this. You're gonna install it. It takes about 15 minutes to install. You're off. Literally that easy. It's not like Windows. It's not like that. It's just super simple, and it really good. It'll do some updates. find your printer. Like, hey, you got a printer. Let me stop. You know, it's like, oh, you have a.
Nope, she's still dead.
We'll go ahead and throw that on. Oh, you have a Steam Deck or whatever, Screen Deck, whatever. No problem. Screen Decks are a little bit different because the makers of Screen Deck, they are the Elgato people. Elgato.
Oh, that's why it wasn't charging. I had it hooked to the wrong end. The wrong end of the fuse there. Or now she should be drawing ants.
It's definitely something to look into. If you're
We'll have to get that a little bit more. I had it hooked to the wrong end of the fuse
more questions.
to feed the battery, which is basically feeding the bike. That wasn't going to charge nothing.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ain't perfect.
Art of News. Jen says, I
Yeah, little XR80 rips. That's a fun little bike.
Had too much time.
Be a great pit bike.
But if you want Windows feel, I recommend it. Yeah, if you basically don't want to do the regular Windows stuff, definitely take a look at Fedora 40. I absolutely love Fedora 40. It is my favorite operating system or OS that's Linux, but Mint actually works for all of my printers, my thermal printer especially, whereas that company will write drivers for Ubuntu, and Ubuntu is the base for Linux Mint. So that driver works on Linux Mint, so it just works immediately. That's why I'm not using Fedora, even though I do love Fedora. So until they get some drivers out there, just tighten up the game a little bit, I'm just going to have to stick with Mint. And
it's my choice beverage.
Go and kind of mess around with other.
I don't drink anymore, so
but that's it. I want to more.
I just drink Mountain Dew.
Software and go through showing you guys like how to install stuff, like DaVinci Resolve, alternatives to Adobe software. DaVinci Resolve is an NLE or a nonlinear editor specifically that
used to drink like a fish.
For color grading,
not a good thing.
But now it's a full editor, and it works out much better, more stable, more quick than using Final Cut or using, for example, Premiere. Really good software, and you can install it on Linux, and it actually runs.
It's definitely much better
on Linux than
not drinking, because
which is also nice.
Drinking just makes you feel like crap all the time.
Too. And I'm going to start doing some videos.
Unless you're drinking. Every time you're not drinking, you just feel like shit.
Let's see. My Linux
got tired of all that.
Is Mint 22 and Ubuntu. That's from Mo World. Yes. Let's see.
Guess that's what happens with age and maturity.
Moving down. Once again, if you have a question, put it down below. John says, how are you getting Linux at, or how's the Linux going? I just covered that pretty much. We're on Mint 22 and it's working out really well. This is a brand new build. Literally this entire build that's working right now, I can't believe it's working, but this whole build was created last night at about 2 a.m. So it's pretty quick, right? It's pretty quick to get everything up and running, which is really good. Let's see.
Hold on a second.
Let's see. Question.
Check my mail.
Dual access, Starlink, T-Mobile. So the thing is
never check my channel mail
for doing.
Not that anybody ever sends anything to it, but
and that software is for the Windows machine, right? So I need to find out if it's available on Linux. If not, what I need to do is I need to do the bonding of T-Mobile and Linux on the router. I haven't been doing that because I've been kind of segregating them. But if we stick with Linux and we don't go back to Windows, and there is no software that does the soft bonding of the two, I'll probably end up just doing a hardware bond. And maybe I'll take you along that journey. I'll show you guys how to do it, right? Why not? Maybe I'll throw in some QoS, some quality of service stuff on the routers. I did a lot of SpaceX Starlink stuff on mesh networks. If you guys haven't seen it, go and check that out. A ton. I reviewed so many of these routers, which ones were just complete crap, which ones were good, so on and so forth. Definitely check that out. Let's see. Jexter says, do you have to keep Windows? So, Jexter Jackson, no, This is my Windows. This Windows has not been in my machine for, I think it's about 40 days now, somewhere on there.
No, nothing there.
Maybe about 40 days.
Nothing new there.
Weeks and weeks and weeks. I've never put it back in. So it sits here in case of emergency. That's all I have to do is switch it back in. Boom, I'm sitting in Windows. All right. If I give up and I say, no, Linux is not going to work for me. But honestly, everything is working. Everything's working. So I really don't need to go into Windows for anything as of right now. If I do, I'll let you know. But so far, so good. Not having to go into Windows is a blessing. It's an absolute blessing. Let's see. Moving down, question. This is from Fox Caro. If you have a remote hard drive formatted by 111 from Windows 11, will it recognize it and read info on the drive? So yes, you can set it. So when you set it up, it'll set it up as like ext4, whatever, and it just depends on the operating system that you're using. I believe Windows 11 will. I'm almost positive it'll be able to read those files. For example, like with me, I have my whole unrated server that I built, right? That has like 32 terabytes or 40 terabytes in it. That unrated server on the network, I can read from Linux just like if it was sitting together with me right here. So it works out perfect. And yes, you can read all of those. I have external drives that will run Windows. I can read it all here on Linux without a problem. So moving on from that, what do we have here? What do we have? Let's see. What is this? John says, need bank account Pentagon. Yes, I would love to have the Pentagon's bank account. I think that would be awesome. Mo World says, if you have a question, put a Q for the question or activity. Thank you, Mo. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Really do.
Oh, she's starting to take a charge.
You said you're a gamer at time. Okay, so right now, I've been testing out on Linux. I've been testing out Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 has been working really well. And what's really interesting.
What do I do with my fuse?
5 to 15, sometimes 20 frames per second faster, more in Linux with that game that is the same.
The battery's just boiling away.
So it's actually working better.
Should be charging. Let's see if we got any juice yet.
But yes, I've been doing some Guild Wars 2. Some people said, listen, you should try 7 Days to Die. I might look into that. Maybe a few other games that are like first-person game type of shooter things. Because that's really when you'll see things shine.
You got a horn?
Either work really good or just
barely. But she's taking a charge. That's good. Let's get her back on. I'm gonna put it on 2 amp because it was boiling pretty damn good on 6 amps. Not want to boil all the acid out of it. Give her a slow charge.
I'm just not a fan of the KDE. It's just it has more problems with leak or crashes. But either way, they both work out really, really well. John says 9/11/01. Yes. 9/11/01.
Clean some of the dust off of these. I hate everything getting all dirty in here, especially this one. I put a lot of work into this one. If you guys want, you can go onto my channel and watch the videos on this one. I restored this one for, well, I paid $50 for the bike. Sat outside for who knows how long without a spark plug in it up here in the UP, which is never a good thing. It was seized up like a rock. It sat for probably like 5 or 6 years, filled with transmission fluid to try to unseize it. And eventually it did unseize. We put a new piston in it. New piston rings, rehoned it, new valves, lap those in. Basically brought it back to good.
Always faithful. Simply Fry got a free membership. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. David,
I have a passion to fix anything with an engine on it, but motorcycles, I think, are motorcycles and three-wheelers and quads and stuff. I think they're like my favorite thing to work on. I love them. I love toys.
And we got as well as Mark 2110.
I really love motorcycles. I think they're just so much fun.
If you got one, say thank you. Shannon, I really do. I don't know, guys. Everyone just say thank you, Shannon. I'm telling you. Absolutely. I don't know what to say. I know. With that said, we go.
I like old bikes. I don't really care much for the new ones, but I just like classic stuff. That's just me. I'm a softie for old crap.
ASP is trying to compete with SpaceX on the SAC cell thing, and SpaceX is actually sending their satellites. I just absolutely love it. I love it even more with Jeff Bozo over there. Jeff Bozo is
This isn't even bolted on. It's just sitting on there in place.
That he says is going to be
Because I know I have to take it all apart, so I never bolted it back on all the way. This has got brand new tires on it. It's got brand new Continentals.
No, they were put into orbit by ULA, United Launch Alliance. So then he deorbited those prototypes. Now he doesn't even have the two prototypes in orbit. Project Kuiper has the big zip in orbit. So yeah, AST, I thought it was funny. I'm going to talk about it next week. I think it's funny. These companies are all asking us for rides to orbit because they know the Falcon works. It just works. They had a problem the other day where one landed and then tipped over, and the FAA was like, "You had a problem with your landing." It's like, listen, you asshole. The landing problem happened in the ocean on a drone ship that is not manned, and the thing just literally just tipped over. Just stop already. This is the kind of shit that the FAA does. Right? This is the kind of stuff. It's just ridiculous. It stays ridiculous. My God. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Lestat says, "Where's Fab?" I know it's sad. It's sad. I should get going myself. Like, oh God, how long have you been on here? You've been on here a long time because it ended up going good. I know because the storm went through it for a little bit. During the peak, just so you guys know, anywhere out there.
See if this one's got any juice in it. Yeah, that one's still got juice.
In a long time. Since some of the missions that we cover live, the IFT mission, right? The Starship that will be live. And I hope there's another one soon. Even though the FAA say that's not going to November, maybe we can do something to fix that. Let's see.
I just think this bike's the coolest because it's an old two-stroke 100cc street bike. How often do you see something like that? And they weren't very common. Tell by trying to find parts for one. It's a nightmare. And they're expensive.
made like 6 years ago. That's what they do. They give them the biggest piece of garbage. So what you could do is try to use QuickBooks, but on like wine or something. And I'm not sure because I don't have QuickBooks. I can't test it to know, but there's a lot of software that will work through wine, which is
Well, she's charging up good now.
layer, right? Like it cools QuickBooks thinking that it's actually running inside of.
For a minute there, I thought the battery was toast, but I just had it hooked up wrong.
That looks like so yeah, you can try that. You can definitely try that. And but if I hear anything, I'll let you know. But that's so yeah, a lot of people use QuickBooks and they need it. Let's see.
I quit using the oil injection because the pump for it leaks. I got to get a rebuild kit for the oil injection pump where I can use that again. I think it's only like $30 for the kit to rebuild it, an OEM kit. So that's just something I'm not gonna try using some Amazon kit to do.
We have Richard, that's Joseph Howard. We got Richard.
I trust some Chinesium on stuff, but I ain't gonna trust it on oil injection stuff that if it don't work right, it's gonna kill this old motor. I mean, she's old. I'm sure they use this motor on a few different bikes, so it probably wouldn't be impossible to find replacement parts, but I'd rather keep it all numbers matching if I can, you know. Thing about a two-stroke street bike, man, these things spew the smoke. I mean, she ain't perfect, but you know, let me see if I can find the speedometer, the original one. I think it's over here somewhere. Oh, I don't think I can reach that way over there. Let's see if I can climb over there and grab it. Hell no. How are these? Inner tie rods to something. I have no idea. Anyways, that bike's only got like 1,300 miles on it.
This guy looking at this mug, you have my beautiful wife. Okay, so in the chat, I'm gonna look at it just a second. I'm gonna fire this up one more time. Let me see. Yes, that's a good maybe 2-3 inches. Not too bad. Oh man, thank you, Shannon. Appreciate that. Thank you for all of the super chats, people. Thank you for all of the super chats. It's warmly. Let's see. Where did you go? We're finding things better. Oh, it's tired. Family's been sick. You know what? My son has been sick. Everyone is sick. We have family in Texas, all sick. It's like the plague. You know, I don't know what the hell is going on. Everyone got sick. Absolutely crazy. Renee says, question: could he move all launches water the next thing? Yes. You know, honestly, he could build a rig in international waters. I would imagine. I don't see why not. It's international waters and launch from the water. Yeah, I don't see why not. There's a lot of things that Elon Musk can do, right? Just like he told Gavin Newsom, right, to basically fuck off. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. He picked up his football and fucking went home. Right? He picked up the entire freaking space set. You know, he picked up the whole crew and everything, moved everything from California and moved it over to Texas. So this is the kind of stuff, you know. So if you piss him off, you know, someone that has billions and billions and billions of dollars, they have a lot of power to do kind of what they want. Um, just like when he had an interview and someone was talking to him, he's like, don't you worry about advertisers? And he's like, basically, no, I really don't care. I would say what I want when I want to, and that's it. When you have the ability, you have that kind of money, you can do that. Just like when he had that interview, and the Disney guy was in the what was it, Bob? Was in the area they were having this whole conversation, and he basically said, "Listen, Disney doesn't want to advertise on X. They want to basically extort from us. Okay, we're not going to do it." And he basically said, "Listen, you could just go fuck yourself." That's exactly what he said. No uncertain terms. That's it. Plain as day. And people are like, "Oh my God, he just told the head honcho of the Disney. He just told the guy just to go fuck himself." And he did, literally live, because that's how he is. And I think that's what people don't like these days, because people look at it as like confrontational. Yet the majority of people are passive fucking aggressive. Okay, instead of in your face telling you what the problem is, they don't. They do all this underhanded shit, right? Whereas like Elon Musk, he just
You
says
tell
how
him,
it
dear
is. If
Christina.
you don't like it, just fuck off. That's just how he is. And I like that.
Talk about keeping
I
it
don't
real.
want people, blowing smoke up my ass. That everyone has like a different thing. That's how I always been. I like reading a lot of different stuff. I don't read just left. I don't read just right. I read in the middle, and I read everything on the outer periphery. And then I decide on my own, right, what I believe in, instead of having people tell me what to believe. And there's a lot of people out there today where they no longer do that, right? They don't have like a discerning sense to them, right? They don't have common sense. Once again, common sense is no longer common, right? They don't have that, and then they just follow like lemmings. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And that's why I would rather have someone just tell me the truth. Like, look, what you're doing, Joe, is complete shit. And what I think would help what you're doing is if you do X, Y, and Z. And then I can look at it and be like, I don't really care for X, but Y and Z looks pretty good. I might give it a shot, because that's what we're here for. We learn, right? We're constantly learning. But there's people that just get stuck in themselves, right? They just stuck. They like sit in like a small room and just smelling their own flatulence. They don't break out. They don't get out there and smell the fresh air. They just listen to themselves, or they speak to other people just like themselves, and they're basically just rehashing the same old thing, speaking to the choir, as they say. So, anyways, I'm not that guy. I don't know. I've just never been that guy. So I'm glad Elon Musk is the way he is. There's a lot of stuff about him that people don't like, and I think that's great. I don't expect people to love him, and I really don't care. Some of the stuff, you care for, you don't care for, but at the end of the day, is he helping, mankind, or is he hurting mankind? Is the things that he's doing, the efforts that he's putting out there, is it helping people or is it hurting people? And I think the majority of people that are looking at it will say it's actually helping people. Like the people in Brazil. So many people wrote to me from Brazil and said, "Listen, Joe, you're 100% right when you were talking about this whole thing with Brazil and what was going on in the Supreme Court and how they were going to ban like X, and then they're ban Starlink and all of this other stuff." And that's exactly what's going on. You're trying to ban free speech. You're trying to censor what comes through from X. And Elon Musk is like the judge, right, which is the Supreme Court judge in Brazil. He's like, basically, go fuck yourself, right? I bought X so that I don't have to have a platform, or there wouldn't be a platform that now hinders free speech. And now you want me to, once again, hinder free speech by not allowing this to come into your country, not allowing this topic, that topic, this misinformation. Misinformation to who? Misinformation to you might not be misinformation to me. And then some of the misinformation turns out to be factual later on. And you're like, holy shit, it wasn't misinformation, it was actually accurate. So anyways, so he's like, no, I'm not going to ban this and that. I'm not going to do any of this. So Brazil is like, sorry, we're shutting you down. He's like, okay. If I was him, I would shut down their military. I would shut down their government, because their military and their government are using SpaceX for communications. I would do a 100% blackout. And a lot of you guys from Brazil told me the exact same thing. They think it's fantastic. So anyway, it's sad. In my personal opinion, I think it's sad. Let's see. Moving down, Ron says Linux Mint will run on ISO. Yes, you can actually either install the ISO or you can actually run it off the ISO and test it out. Not even install it at all. So do that. Let's see. Virtual Kirby says QuickBooks lost my business due to their business practices. Yes, QuickBooks is basically Windows. These people are absolutely horrible. Yes, I get it. I used to be a big QuickBooks guy. I don't use it anymore. I know where you're coming from. Trust me. Let's see. Moving down. We're gonna go down. I don't want to miss anybody. Eating. Blah blah blah. Eat the dogs. Eat the cats. Eat the dogs. Eat the cats. Oh my God. I'm telling you, this world is just upside down, guys. It is just crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, keep on. We're moving down. I don't want to miss anybody. Let's see. Shannon says beep, 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 beep. Yeah. I'll edit all that swearing out. No, I won't. I won't. They'll demonetize the lives anyways. They do crazy ass. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. That's the whole idea. This Friday, on Friday nights, it's Free Speech Friday, right? We just hang out and just shoot it. However it is, some people like it, some people don't. If you like it, then you'll be here. Let's see. Let's see what it says. I have a family. I said they're in school this week, and now they're all home. They're all sick. Yeah, because other parents, Kevin, are sending their family, their kids to school too, sick, using the school as some kind of daycare. This is what happens all the time. Sadly, but that's what ends up going on. Says Gavin, you scum. Yeah. That dude, I'm telling you, he's Jack Frost. That Gavin Newscomb, I love that name. He is Jack Frost. He is like a piece of plastic. When you listen to him, I swear to God, you can just see the shit just pouring out his mouth. He like thinks about it and makes sure his manner is perfect, and he gets shit out of his mouth. I'm telling you, that dude, he is like the orator, right? He is the articulate person that everything they say is complete BS, but they actually believe it, so it comes across as factual, even if it's fiction. I just love it. I think it's fantastic. I think he's amazing. But I don't like him. But man, he's good. He's good at what he does. He is good. Listen to Gavin Newsom. Listen to him. Listen to how he speaks. Listen to what he says. He's just amazing. He's just amazing. Yeah, I love that. Let's see. Number one place it says he's going to win in November. You know what? Honestly, I don't know. For a long time there, I thought that Trump would win because he just has massive crowds. It was crazy. And then I thought that Sleepy Joe was going to be really good at debating. And then the debate just, God damn, finally, there was no way, right? There was no way to hide the cat anymore, right? To keep the cat in the bag. The cat was out. I don't know who's running the country right now, guys. I don't know. But I know that Sleepy Joe is not running the country. Okay, because I don't think cognitively he can, because when we saw him all jacked up with all of that stuff that normally he's jacked up on, still didn't keep him. He's, I think, in the early stages of Parkinson's, because I've worked in the industry for many, many years, and I've shot, when I say shot, I've photographed many stars, many actors, many tens of thousands of people, no exaggerations, tens of thousands of people, right? That's why I have all those terabytes. I got a lot. Anyways, I know what this stuff looks like. And when you watch how he walks, the holding of the hands, the eye movement, because I've seen so many people, I'm telling you, he has the early stages, maybe even mid stages of Parkinson's, probably some other neurological problems, but definitely Parkinson's. And he's probably on the meds, because how he acts is exactly how people I know act on those meds, right? It makes them a certain way. They could become stiff. It's like they have like this, I call them burger hands, right? Burger hands, they just watch him. So he's not there, okay? And he hasn't been there for a long time. So who's going to win? I really don't know, because now we have Kamala in there, and they just did this debate. I watched the debate, and I'm listening to both, and I'm like, there's like 3 against 1 going on, and then like I'm listening to it. I'm like, well, I had really low expectations for her, but she did a really good job at reciting all the stuff that she was told to say for the last 2 weeks as she was preparing. So I think she did a fantastic job on delivery to deliver it, right? But I think a lot of people will look at it and be like, well, is it real or is it Memorex, right? Like back in the day, is it real or is it not? So I really don't know. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know. But I know one thing: things are bad, and a lot of people don't know it. They don't get it because they listen to the news, right? Instead of looking at everything, right? They just listen to news. And I don't know. I think people are going to vote their wallet, and when it all comes down to it, there's so many different issues. I think they'll vote for they'll vote their wallet. We'll see what ends up happening. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Michael says the ocean would be a difficult place to transport all that cargo. Yeah,
I'm watching live on my
a
live.
lot of matter of fact, the Chinese are launching rockets from the ocean off of ships, which is they're doing it already. Let's see. Moving down. Shannon, thank you again. Look at that. 8-month member, lifetime sub. Wow. Joe, I'm a potty mouth. I know. I'm sorry. Please beep those out. And I'm hoping there's no kids listening. This is late night, right? This is late night. We're like in like what 10, 11, I don't know, something like that. So let me see. Let me move on. Going down here, critical thinking, short supply these days. It is SX cannot launch anywhere and not be in U.S. control. Maybe a whole bunch of poop emojis. I love it. Absolutely love it. Elon Musk, sure, because everyone left X with no ads. Well, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with X. We'll see, John. We'll see. Let's see. Moving down. Planet Earth is Jake. You sound Texan. There you go. Let's see. Let's go moving down. Shannon, thank you for the super chat. Dark Defender has a good question. Where's the Dark Defender's question? Dark Defender. Let me see. See? Dark Defender. Let me see. Back here said critical thinking is in short supply these days. Yes. What was the question? Dark Defender. Shannon's calling you out. So what did you ask? Put it down there again, and I will go down there and check it out. I'm trying to get through them. I probably missed you. My apologies. Or Shannon, if you want, just throw it in there down there, and I'll get to it for sure. Jim says if I was going to buy a new laptop computer just to pay my bills and do everything every day, email, purchase, so on and so forth. What are the suggestions? No gaming, no business. Honestly, when it comes to laptops, if you're not going to use any type of software that has to be Windows software, check out some Linux-based laptops. System, I think 77, I think they're called, does those. There's a few companies. And then you can actually just use Linux as a regular put in there, and you're going to be able to do your banking, do your email, and all the rest of stuff. If you need a Windows laptop, really just about anyone. HP or Dell or whatever. Something's cheap. It's not doesn't have a lot of horsepower. There's nothing to do. Let's see. Yep, he was definitely for sure. Let me see. What was that question from? See now I'm interested. What was that question from Dark Defender? Is it here? Oh, let me see. Dark Defender says, I was really rooting for Ron DeSantis for president, but I guess it wasn't his time yet. So I've shot with Ron Sanders. He's a nice guy. When I shot with him, he was a lot fatter. He lost a lot of weight. I think that I really like him. I think that it wasn't his time, exactly what you said. But the problem with Ron Sanders was he went against and he ended up alienating a lot of people. And by so doing, I feel that he will never recover from it.
Everything works on this thing.
People like what Ron DeSantis did, because he's amazing. In Florida, I didn't want to see him go for president. I wanted him to
72, so it is
anyways. What he should have done,
50, 52 years old.
have some freaking common sense, right? Hang in there until the next election, all right, and then run, or possibly get in as a vice president, right, and then possibly move into a presidency. But he did. He went all or nothing, and he got nothing. And by so doing, I think he's just going to have kind of burnt a lot of bridges that I don't think will be met. So that's just what I think. But I really do like him, especially what he's done with Florida. So that's just my opinion, right? Everyone has opinions like belly buttons and other things. Let's see. Mobile says PSA, please add a Q in front of the question. Yes, please do that. I would appreciate that. Bob says she had a high-tech hearing aid run by Obama. I know. Everyone says that Pearl thing was a high-tech hearing aid. I don't know. You know what? It's very difficult. Now, I don't know because I've been in the industry for a long time. When you put an earpiece in, right, and you are trying to articulate, and you're trying to put together thoughts, and someone is speaking in your head, it is bloody difficult. Okay, it takes a certain person to be able to understand and process what is coming in through the earpiece and still articulate, still put out. So, does she have that ability? I don't know. So I don't know if that was the case or not. I personally think that she did 2 weeks of extreme memorization, and she delivered it well. That's just it. Let's see. Let's see. What do we have now? Let's see. Now let's tell us why Trump repeats everything twice. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe for emphasis. Like eating the cats and dogs, everything's twice. Yeah, he does that. That's like one of his ticks, right? Like some people say, or or this kind of thing, because they're trying to think. I feel like when he wants to get his point across and he's still thinking of the next topic, he'll say it again so that he can transition to the next one. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, I've talked to the guy a few times, at his house. Watching Butch Shelley, actually, one of the times, the blind Italian guy singing because he was there doing an event. Anyways, once again, Fab would have kicked me. I'm going off topic, but yeah, I don't know, but that's probably why. Jim says Chinese food. Then you're eating. I don't know. I like Chinese food. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Moving down here. Harold says, I like what Trump said to her. If she plans on doing all of these things as president, why doesn't she do them as vice president? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's whenever you're running, you're always going to say what you're going to do, what you're going to do, and it just makes it difficult because people look at it, it's like, well, you're in a position to actually do something, so why don't you do it and show us exactly what you will be as a president in 30, 40 days or whatever it is, 50 days now or whatever. But it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't think you're going to see. I mean, like ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, CNN, all these people, they've been asking for her to do a conference with her, like just a press meet, and she hasn't done it. She did nothing for like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks, literally nothing at all, zero. So I mean, I don't know. You know, the press loves her. Dark Defender says, "Is there an easy way to run Affinity Photo on Linux?" So, great question. I had Affinity Photo working on Nabara 40. I tried getting it to work last night or the night before on Pop OS. Failed. Um, it's a whole process, okay? Because so Affinity Photo needs to run in Wine, which is like a layer. But the thing is Wine has to be a custom built Wine because Affinity Photo needs certain, let's call it libraries, DLLs, but they're not DLLs in Linux. It's like libraries, right? So and it doesn't have it, right? Just generic. So you have to build a new wine to then introduce it into. But yes, I had them working.
I'm just sitting here watching videos, guys. Let me put you guys back over here. I'm just hanging out. The kids running a little Dodge Dart. I think it'd be hard to catch them. Things only top out at 110.
Hands up! Put it up hard! Turn it off! Don't let me take that. That's it so hard. Hey, driver, take the keys out. Take the keys out, dumbass. Hey, one person, let's go. Walk backwards. Walk over here. Come here. Come here. That is not pretty. Customer states bad wheel vibration at 70 miles an hour.
All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here in about another 4 minutes. Be a 2-hour live.
Grab the drum and if the hub loose, because it looked like it was moving a lot when it was banging on it.
Yeah.
Like a metal paste. Let's see which way.
Pay for it. There's no free lunch. One say, oh yeah, there's free this, there's free healthcare, there's free this. Nothing's free. Someone has to pay for it. I wish people would understand something, and this is one of the things that it's like one of those epiphanies, right? Every time you hear someone say the government will pay for it, or the government this, or the government that, or the government this, or the government that, if you just replace the word government with the people, the government will pave the road. The people will pave the road, right? The government will pay for your healthcare. The people will pay for your healthcare. There is no government. The government is the people. And what happens is people get this mindset that the government is like this overarching, like this entity that like can treat us like kids and like pay for, our ice cream cone at the
All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Once I did stop in, thanks for coming. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
And now
Peace.
you just understand shit a lot better. I mean, that's my personal opinion, right? I don't know. You guys believe